Hello, I'm IBXToyCat and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be answering a question I actually get quite a bit on my channel, and that is, Toycat, how do you get the best horse possible in Minecraft? And I've done a whole video explaining the semantics of horse breeding, how it works, all that sort of stuff, but the basic answer, if you want a really simple one, boils down to find two good horses, breed those two good horses together till you find a horse better than one of the originals, then mix that in there and keep rinsing repeating this until you have two amazing horses and you're producing a horse of your standard. And that's basically how it works, but you know, that raises the question, how do you work out how good a horse is? And this isn't such a simple question to answer. It does require a couple of complex contraptions, or one complex contraption, one easy contraption, and I haven't actually ever done a build tutorial on how to do a horse speedometer, for instance. This is how it works, by the way. It locks you off as soon as you get to 2 seconds, and then you can work out your speed. I've never done a actual tutorial on how to build the speedometer. I've never done a tutorial on how to make a block checker, and I figure combining these things together could teach you how to make the best horse possible, and it's actually also a pretty fun survival project that can be done in creative. So fun all around. Please do like the video if you do like it. It helps out the channel a lot and lets me know you do like it. And let's get straight into the video, shall we? So yeah, let's just quickly show you how the horse speedometer works by let's just throw the rest on the ground. Let's show you how the horse speedometer works by jumping on a horse and going through it. So the way this works, basically, by the way, this horse jumps amazingly high, but the way this horse speedometer works is you line up perfectly behind it, and when you go in there, as soon as you activate the pressure plate, it activates a timer, and then 2 seconds later, it activates all the doors, and that means you can work out how fast you've gone. So because it takes 2 seconds, that means every block you travel a second. Every block you travel a second is 0.5 blocks a second. So that means we've traveled about 8.5 blocks a second, almost 9 just here. Pretty impressive if you ask me. That means this is a pretty good horse, and it's one worth keeping. Whereas if we went through and we got 5 meters a second, that's not such a good horse. Whereas if you get something like 14, which I think is the max you can get, I don't have the exact number on me right now in my head, but you can get some pretty fast horses. It's worth having this so you can know how fast your horses are, and you can work that into your breeding plans. So, yeah, the redstone works by, as I said, having 2 seconds to do the thing, and it's pretty simple. But let's show you how to build this step by step so you can build one in your own world if you want to. So, one thing to bear in mind is you can do this with any building block you want to. I used smooth sandstone over there, and I think that works pretty well. But, you know, you can use any block you want to. In our case, we'll be using stained clay because I'm using creative to show you it faster. Might as well make it really pretty too, because that's kind of the goal here. It's going to be not only a slightly more functional version of that speedometer, which is, you know, it still works very fine as a thing, but it's got a couple of big issues. I figure as well as having that there, what I could do is I could make it pretty, and in this case we're going to use you know, the 7 colors of the rainbow of stained clay, which is red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. This is kind of indigo, I think. I honestly, it's been so many years, but I still have no real idea what indigo is, no matter how many times I Google it. But yeah, this is roughly indigo, and that means because it gives it a rainbow effect, that means that as we go along, instead of having to have signs, which we'll still put up anyway for scientific accuracy, you'll be able to just be like, okay, so it's a red, this horse goes red fast, this horse goes yellow fast, and if you get a horse that goes all the way to purple, you know you found yourself a winner. Oh, what did I just do there? You know, I'll just have the ceiling be red. Should I do that? No, I shouldn't do that. It'll look ugly. But yeah, basically, so let's make the full ceiling now. Basically, yeah, that's the basic idea behind this one, and also I think it has that nice effect on the thing. And this is just what you need to do is you make sure this is 3 blocks tall and 2 blocks wide. There are the 2 key requirements that can't, you know, kind of just be missed right there. And the reasoning behind that is not just arbitrary, is it means that pretty much anything that has a speed can be tested. So you can test your pigs, you can test your person, you can test all these things, but it means that horses in particular can be, because horses are 1.5, I believe, blocks wide, which means that if you just have it 1 block wide, as much as it looks like they'll fit, because horses don't look as wide as they actually are. Like, they have a much wider, you know, stance than their model will suggest. Okay, make sure we get rid of this. Basically, it means that you need to make sure that it's wide enough, otherwise they're not getting through. So, here we go, finished with the roof after this, and then you want to just have 1 more block after this on the other side, just over here. So place block, and then place one down here. This is because this is where the fence, where the iron door is going to be, and so it actually works as a tunnel. You want to make sure this is right here. So just go through, switching again. Again, if you're in survival and you want to save resources, you don't have to do the colors. This is just a nice thing I'm doing for, you know, color purposes. So now you want to do is you want to get your iron doors, which are in building blocks on the console and doing redstone on the PC. Not sure why there's a discrepancy there. And you want to, on this, like, on this side of the block, but definitely on this block, you want to place the doors here. So a common mistake, and I get this one all the time, is trying to place it there, which looks like it's the same. Like, they're next to each other, basically, but this door right here will not activate from the same current, and it will activate the wrong way. So I'll show redstone torch just to make sure you're right. You want to place a, you know, current into it, and you'll see this one goes right, this one goes left, and it looks pretty cool in this case, but you want to make sure that it goes inwards, because otherwise it's not stopping horses, and it's defeating the point. So I just destroyed the one that's working correctly there, so let's try this again. There we go. So Now let's just destroy this door. Let's test it one more time. As you can see, it's right. So now we do the exact same thing along here, and we can just, line it up with this first door. And now, as you can see, as soon as all of these doors are activated, they will shut and they'll make the thing happen. So there we go. Magical stuff right there. Did I do that? I did. So yeah, as you can see, tunnel made from these blocks and that thing. And if you want to make sure extra certain here, you might want to get on a horse and you want to ride it through there, just so you can make sure that you haven't accidentally, like, I don't know, done something wrong, got like a fence in there. As you can see, we'll be able to run through here just fine, and it works as a SpeedOmeter. So yeah, let's actually run through this one backwards and put the horse back, and then let's show you how to do the redstone bit, because that is of course the more complex thing. So yeah, the redstone is a little bit tricky because you need to have loads of complex timing stuff, but I'll show you the best that we can here. So we'll have the pressure plate be just for here, and we'll extend, actually, just over there, and we'll extend it just before the entrance later. Or actually, we'll have it here, and then, because there's nothing you'll be able to do that'll make you go 0.5 meters a second, and even if you want to measure more precisely than that. So we'll move that first door just there, and yeah, this will be the pressure plate. So underneath the pressure plate, you need to have yourself some redstone. I'll be trying to hide away the redstone as much as I can, but of course, you need to keep it close to the door, so that's easier said than done. But yeah, you keep a piece of redstone there, and let's also get a glass block here. Now, when you tread on this, it activates a redstone toss. But of course, we need to have that at least the doors. And the first thing you want to do is you want to lead this into 3 triple, maxed out redstone repeaters. This is a full 1.2 second delay. So as you see here, it takes 1 second to get over to there. And that means that, or at least 1 redstone second. If your game is really, really full or lagging, this will actually be slowed down, and you want to make sure that your world isn't doing that anyway. So yeah, after it's gone through that, you want to then lead it slowly, eventually into each of the doors. So this can only be done, you actually have to jump up onto the surface here, which means, again, you have to cover it a little bit, but we'll try and go below surface for as long as we can, I guess. So, yeah, I guess we'd have to make it where this is the repeater, and then this is a bit of redstone. Yeah, I think that works just fine right here. So, yeah, in this case, all the repeaters will be on the surface like that. I'm just trying to make sure I get this right. So, yeah, each door has to have 2 seconds delay exactly, or as close as you can get to it doing. You can never get it exactly 2 seconds, because redstone's only down to like 0.01 seconds, but you can get very close, like 2.04 seconds, 2.03 seconds, with correct use of repeaters. So, here you can see, let's actually replace this with that, so it's still 1.2 seconds. This first one is going to require 2 repeaters. 1 at max strength just here, and then 1 going up to there. And in fact, what we can actually just do is along here, these are all going to be full strength repeaters. So this first door is actually taking 2.0. This is 2.0 seconds or 1.97. I'm going to make the call that we should go for 1.97, so 3 on this instead of 4. Meaning this is 1.98, this is 1.99, and this is 2.0 seconds, because each of these little redstone trails adds 0.1 seconds. This is fine being 2.01, this is fine being 2.02, 03, 04, 05, and then after this is where we have to have the problems, and we have to start resetting it again, because, 0.05 seconds of error is so small, that's like barely even a frame, but after that, we start to have problems again. So what you want to do is you want to have a repeater going this way, on minimum setting, I guess, and then... Oh, wait, we're going to have to be pretty careful about this one, I guess. And then we're going to want to have it go alongside here. So, this next repeater, because this is 2.05, means if we take away that, 1.75, 1.85, 1.95, that means this over here will be like 1.99 seconds. Then we do the same thing again, and we work out how far we go till we remove the repeater altogether. So this is 2, this is 01, 02, 03, 04, 05, 06, and then we've got the problem again. So yeah, this is kind of a complex thing, and rather than potentially boring you and going all the way through this, I'll just show you this when it's all done. But basically, you need to just know each of the settings you have these on is 0.1 second, and you need to get 2 seconds, or as close to 2 seconds as you can for all of these doors. So yeah, I'll just be right back, and I'll do all of this, because you're probably getting bored of me just saying random numbers out loud. Okay, so this is the solution we went with in the end. We've got 3 full-length repeaters just here. Then we've got 1 on 3. I had to set it back because I didn't have enough thing. And then it's 4 repeaters for the first, max repeaters for the first, I believe this is like 8 doors. Then we go through to here. Then we've got 3 repeaters for the next, like, 8 or so. And then, again, we switch down to just 1, and that goes all the way to the end. And as you can see here, when I press the pressure plate, it's such an indistinguishable difference between most of them. You'll see some go off first, but they all go off again within a few frames of each other, and that means that even though there's going to be a small margin of error, it's going to be as small as it humanly can be. I mean, you probably could work out slightly more precise than this, but this is easy enough where it's like that. So if you want to be more precise, you can try and get exact timings, but it does require really complex redstone to do that, and in this case we're going for a little bit of simplicity over a lot of complexity. So yeah, you want to cover up this redstone, do something of that if you want to. I don't know how you want to deal with that, it's entirely your choice, of course. But if you don't have the redstone be on display, because it does make it look a little bit ugly in some cases, you can just be like, okay, just going to cover this up right now, and then I'm going to deal with that later. But for now, we won't do that, because it's just, something to cover it up. So, yeah, this is how it works. Now you can see, when you run through, you hit the thing. But, now I'm in the yellow section, although for me, I know that means I'm going faster than some horses, but not as fast as most. You need to work out the exact spacing. So, this is where you're going to need a lot of signs. And you might want to do one for each block, you might want to do for each half block. Over in this one, I did one for each half block, so it's 1 meter a second, 2 meters a second, etc. And you work out, because the redstone signal is activated the moment, okay, you can see here, the moment I stand on the first bit of the pressure plate, it's not on the end, it's when I tread on it. It means this, after I've traveled to this block here, this is 1 meter a second. So I'll place a sign on the wall here that says, 1 ms. Or 1m/s if you want to be precise. By the way, I'm on Xbox One right now, if you want to see what that is about. 1 meter per second, and you do that every half block as you go, or every 2 blocks, sorry, as you go along, be like 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. And then that's, exactly how that works out. And then when you run, let's just, so this would be 2, this would be 3, this would be 4, this would be 5, this would be 6, this would be 7, we'll just put one here, because obviously you don't want to watch me type signs all day. You can see as you go along, oh, sorry, I don't think there's something there. And then you can see, now when we go run through it like this, you'll see that we'll get close to 7 meters a second, and we know, okay, well, if there was a sign here, so this would be the 6 meters a second, we'd be like, okay, so we just passed 5, that means I'm running at just over 5 meters a second. So that's how that works. Pretty simple, pretty cool, and this is the horse speedometer that can also be used to check the speed on anything else, whether it be potions, all that sort of stuff. It's pretty handy to know. But what about the other thing you'll need to do if you're going to be testing horses? And this one can be done colorfully, it can not be done colorfully, but in this case, we'll just use bricks, I guess. Yeah, bricks are... No, actually, we'll use bricks, because people use bricks more often in builds. But yes, Lee, the next thing you want to be able to testing on your horse is the jump speed. And this is something where they can jump anywhere from 1.5 blocks to 5.5 blocks. Although 5.5 is very unrealistic, you shouldn't ever be able to obtain that in survival. But basically, you want to just have lots of walls next to each other, maybe wall them off on the side here with fences. But you want to have lots of walls next to each other that gradually, every time, go up by 1 block. So, I've done it over here much simply, because it means you can test a lot easier. But if you want to be entirely scientific and really throw your all at it and make sure you get it perfectly, you have a series of, hurdles for your horses to overcome. So, if you can jump over this is 2.5 blocks, this next one will be 3 blocks. And yeah, this does have to be something that can split into half slabs if you want to be building this with, so just bear that in mind. And then, eventually... Okay, I think this next one is 3.5 blocks. You'll have something like 10 hurdles, but they'll cover the entire range, and you'll be able to see just how high a horse jumps. So if we can find that same high jumping horse from earlier, we should be able to do most of these hurdles. So yeah, that's the pretty cool thing here. The great thing about this is, unlike the horse speedometer, it's not affected by lagging people in your world. If I haven't mentioned that yet, the more people you have in your world, the funnier redstone gets, the funnier horses get, and it starts to create some issues. If you want to avoid those, you want to make sure that you do most of the testing in your world alone when it comes to speedometer. But this, jumping isn't affected by lag, which is pretty handy. So this is the last one that's 5.5 blocks tall. As you can see right there, you can in theory get a horse that can jump that tall, and that's just crazy to think about, but it is a thing you can do. But let's jump on a horse. Let's throw away the sign. I think it was this just all brown horse right here. Let's give it a check. Yeah, this is a pretty high jumping horse, and now you can check how high the horse is jumping. So jump up to here. Easily made 1.5. Easily made 2. Easily made 2.5. Okay, it's starting to struggle on 3, but still not very much. Always go for all the way through the... Oh wait, that was a mistake. I jumped on the thing. Let's try this again. Okay, so this might be a 4. Okay, yeah, oh no, this horse can even do 4.5 blocks, but can it do 5? Do we have an amazing 5 jumping horse? Again, you want to keep on just testing, make sure you really get out there, because sometimes, depending on how you do the jump... Okay, so yeah, this horse jumps somewhere between 4.5 and 5 blocks. This is an astounding horse. If I want to breed horses for jump speed, this is the horse I keep with me. However, he's, reasonably fast, but not amazingly fast. So yeah, if you want to breed horses, you'd want to have this one in the mix for jump height. But yeah, I've mentioned so far, there's 2 stats you can't measure easily. What's the easy measured stat? And that is the horse's health. When you get a horse, obviously I'm in creative, so it's not. But if you are in survival, it will show you the horse's health. That is, affected by the breeding too. So if you want to get a really strong horse, get 2 horses with like 28 health, and then you've got a good chance of finding 30, so on and so forth. But that's usually not the one you want. Usually in horses, you'll look for, ideally, you want to find the best run speed and the best jump speed, and these are the 2 buildings you're going to need to do that. The lovely SpeedOmeter and the lovely hurdle thing. So, yeah, I'd love to see, send me a picture on Twitter if you do decide to build like a horse section of your world, because this is a really important thing in survival, and let me know if this does inspire you to play some more survival, because I love having things like this in Minecraft where it's a really fun process that has a really rewarding result. That's what Minecraft's about, and I really like it. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Otherwise, please do like the video if you did like it. It helps out the channel a lot and lets me know you do like it. Share it if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos like this every single day, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.